It's that time. It is that time. It is time for an SJPORR experiment beer review. And today, the next batter up is Patsfan1284. That's Joe Belcher. And he's got a fun looking brew here. It's Isolation Porter from Monster Shiba Brewing. Check it out. You know, I've been doing these pretty randomly as to how I've drawn them to see which one I'm going to go for. But this one I pulled out specific because Joe's been really good at doing reviews. So I thought, you know, I've got to do a review on Joe's beer here, you know? So here we go. Wow, so the first thing I've got to say is look at the head. Look at all the carbonation coming off of this one. I mean, that's some serious carbonation for a dark beer. The head, it's kind of rocky, but there's some creaminess too. But that is kind of going from that khaki almost to a mocha look on the head. It's a fairly dark head. So I like that actually. The amount of carbonation makes me a little nervous, I'll be honest about that. But it's a nice dark color, a very dark brown, you know, almost to that mahogany color, I'd say. But it really is opaque. I'm really not seeing through this at all. So, give it a little swirl. I can't tell at this point. It may create some legs and lacing, we'll see. Let's get a nose on it. Okay, I definitely get the roast aroma. That hit me first, and then I get a little bit of like chocolate following that. Okay, the chocolate's coming on stronger. It's gonna be hard, I'm outdoors, I got a light breeze. Okay, I'm not getting a lot more than that. I'm getting, like I said, I got some light roast and a little bit even lighter chocolate on that. But let's go for it. We're gonna get a taste on this one. Cheers. That's nice. That's really easy drinking. I'm gonna assume that this is a porter. Oh yeah, of course, it's a porter, Isolation Porter. Okay, well, at least my taste is right on. I knew it was a porter. Okay, probably a little highly carbonated for porter, but the taste is pretty good, particularly considering all the base malts that have to go into this, that you can't quite isolate it as well as you'd like to. It dries out a little bit at the end, which is good because that's a characteristic that you actually like in a porter. The flavors aren't quite as strong maybe as I'd like. I think in a porter I'd love to see a little bit more of the roasted malts. That roast quality is classic to a porter, so a little bit more would be nice. On the other hand, it's a very easy drinking beer, so that's nice. I'm gonna get another taste. And just a very light chocolate quality. Again, oh, well played, very classic to the style. It tastes a little thinner than I expected it to be, but it hits me at the medium to light medium, which is quite interesting, that it didn't come off a little heavier, and it might have been partly due to whatever temperature that you actually mashed at. I could be nitpicking a bit, because this is actually a really good beer. Yeah, really nice. I think that, like I said, I think the carbonation is a little high, takes away a little bit from the flavors. I think the flavors are quite good. It's a really nice, easy drinking beer. I'm gonna assume that you probably force carbonated this. Yes. Oh yeah. But the taste is very good. Again, I would like to have seen a little bit more of that roasted malts. Kind of beefed it up, and that would have probably dried it out more, given a more classic porter taste. That would have been good. You know, you could have, or not, either way, you know, put a splash more chocolate malt, but It's mostly the roasted malt I would like to have seen more of, but you know, it's hard to say because, again, with this base malt, it could have toned down and shifted a lot of these flavors as well. But nice beer, very nice beer. All right, I'm gonna sip this some more and we're gonna get to rating. Okay, first category when it comes to the body, the color, the carbonation, the head. Okay, I think all of that was pretty good except for the carbonation. That's the only one thing I can really rate you down on. So I've got to give you a 7 for the first category. Okay, aroma. The aroma was there, but interestingly enough, the aroma was really weak. I just couldn't pull a lot up on the aroma. Look to someone else for better advice on that one, not me. I probably couldn't tell you with what you did on this beer how to have upped the ante there. And maybe if you'd had more roast malts and things, it might have done that. But yeah, the aroma was on the weak side. I've got to give you a 6 there. Now taste. The taste, I am really enjoying the taste, I've got to say. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I could almost go to a 9 on the taste. It just, you're kind of at that 8.5-ish range, I'd say, because I really like the taste on this. But I'm gonna have to go to the 8. If it had maybe just a little more roast quality, I would definitely have bumped that one up. Oh God, that was pushing. That was pushing towards the 9. Really like the taste on that. This one averages out at a 7.0. I really feel it deserves a little higher score because it's really good, but I'm gonna have to stick with the scale, let it speak for itself. So it's a 7.0, but really in my head somehow this is more of a 7.5 beer. Had some really nice taste, really good flavors. Damn, Joe, do this one again just with your own malt bill. And let those flavors pull through on the roast a bit more. This is a sweet beer. All right, well anyway, we will see you on the next SJPORR Experiment Beer Review. This is Kevin signing out.